Alright, y'all, welcome back to my channel. This video is about, you know how I told y'all I'm gonna be releasing videos about astrology and shit like that, and zodiacs and shit. I'm gonna also be doing my personal one though, like my sun sign, my moon sign, my ascendant sign, and my life path and all that type of stuff and shit. You know what I'm saying? This one is gonna be about my life path, and not everybody is gonna be interested in this. Excuse me, I got a cough drop in my mouth. I got some people I know who only want to hear music, but then I got some people I know, more so specifically family members, who specifically is looking to hear what I have to say about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got little cousins that be telling me they like watching my vlogs and to keep making them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you care about, you know, understanding me as who I am and a human being, then this video is for you. If you are interested in it, then I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you care to understand me. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole point. Like, all the music and all that shit is for people to understand me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see me today and not know what I went through to get here. You know what I'm saying? The music explains all of that. You know what I'm saying? And astrology also helps y'all understand parts of my personality. That's why I like to share it with y'all, so y'all can understand, like, okay, this is why he tends to do this and tends to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I researched life path number one day when I was in the bath, just taking a Epsom salt bath to relax my muscles after working out. Came across 3 videos that I like. There's probably more, but I don't have time to be just watching a bunch of videos about life path number 1. So there's 3 ones that I came across that I fuck with them, and I felt like because at first I was gonna do a vlog about it myself, but then when I went on YouTube and seen all that, it was like, there's no point. You know, I might as well just post some of the things, because they explained it they explained it right. So I would just, what you're gonna see is, like, I'm gonna put all the specific parts of each person's vlog about it, and I'm gonna commentate on it about my life and how it relates directly to my life, and how I can say that it's true to my life as a life path number 1 type shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it.
Basically, having a life path number 1, your life path, like what you should try to align yourself to do in life is to be a leader. And what you're here to do is to basically shine. You're here to like lead, and you're here to shine for people to like really like look up to you. You're here to...
Another way to spot the number 1 vibration is that this person might tend to talk about themselves a lot. And it is not that they are self-centered or egotistical or narcissistic. It's just that the number 1 vibration understands things by relating it to itself.
And very often when you go through the process of initiation, you walk a path that not many people understand because it's unique to you. And those are other tag words and lines for the number 1, unique, you know, and to self-reliance and confidence. When the life path 1 finally discovers who they are, what their mission is and what they're all about, they are virtually unstoppable. They have this ability to just go and forge ahead with things, to start things, to create things, to tap into this energy of what it is to bring a brand new beginning. And ultimately, when you initiate something, what do? You begin it. You start it. And that's what the number 1 is all about. It's about bringing that initiatory energy, that projectile force, to drive forward with a goal in mind and say, that is what I want to achieve. That's a big part of the life path number 1.
Look at this life path. My life path. Look, see how it says my life path right there? Click on it. I'll let y'all read this. Y'all see that picture right there? Look at that. Y'all see that picture? That's really me. That's really me. Like, I promise you, when I read this and I seen that picture, it felt like, because I always felt like I've been somewhat of a, what do you call that? What's those things like a lightning rod? Like, something you throw out into the wilderness, like to that, how do I put it? A trailblazer, you know what I'm saying? Like someone who goes into the wilderness where no one has ever went and shows people like, okay, look, this is a path. Now there's a path. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, a path maker, I guess you could say, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But anyways, look, the life path 1 is one of leadership and trailblazing. With a sense of independence, you do not like relying on other people, especially if you feel they are holding you back. Often you may feel it is better to go alone. Yeah, see, that be happening with me. But also, my zodiac sign is Aquarius, so like I'm real loyal, you know what I'm saying? So I be going back and forth between alright, fuck it. I'm not doing this with niggas. Then I'll be like, okay, I can't leave niggas, you know what I'm saying? But then I go like, niggas pissing me off, you know what I'm saying? It just be people and their fucking emotions and shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people project how they feel about themselves onto you, and that shit pisses me off and stresses me out. But, you know, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things about being a strong person, a strong man. You gotta tolerate that shit and still be you. You feel me? Still be nice to people. Even when they try to piss you off. Even when they try to harm you. Even when, you know what I'm saying, you still gotta be nice because that's just what it is to be the bigger person, you know what I'm saying? But, you would do well as an entrepreneur because you aren't afraid to take risks. You march to the beat of your own tune, and the people around you generally don't hear until the tune is completed and on top the 100 charts. You tend to do things your own way and create innovation by stirring up the pot. Be careful and don't try to control everything and everyone around you as you plow headlong towards your goals. In life, it is still beneficial to maintain a balance. Yep. And I definitely learned that about like 2 years ago, like how significant balance is in excuse me, I got fucking heartburn. How much of a big role balance plays in the whole universe, you know what I'm saying? And really everything is balanced. The cycle of life is balanced. Anything that's a cycle is really balanced. It's a circle, it's yin and yang, you know, you just gotta draw the lines together. Sorry if that response was like not informative enough. I'm just like trying to hurry up because I've been talking for mad long and I'm getting hungry. Be careful and I already read that. Highly original. You may have talents as an inventor or innovator of some sort. In any work that you choose, your independent attitude can show through. You have very strong personal needs and desires, and you feel it is always necessary to follow your own convictions. You tire of routine and highly detailed tasks rather quickly. You are ambitious and assertive in promoting yourself. Although you may hide the fact for social reasons, you can be self-centered and demand to have your way in many circumstances. That said, for the most part, you are considered very good company, friendly, good-natured, and a wonderful conversationalist. People like you and are drawn to you. It's a good thing they are because you are very sensitive to disapproval and you don't handle it very well. All of that is very, very, very factual for me in my life, okay? But look, the part where it says you may hide for social reasons, I feel like maybe as a young teen, I may have hit it, you know what I'm saying? Just because like I said, I hate when people tell me I'm trying to control, like not even, and y'all probably might think I'm talking about my girl. I'm not even talking about my girl. Like I'm talking about like my homies, like back in the day when we had our first rap group, any of them would tell you, I was the nigga always trying to keep everybody focused. And then when one of them would be like, oh, get off my back, or you can't control me, ask them how fast I would fall back. Whether it was the right or wrong decision, you know, because that's one thing about Aquarius is like they'll cut people off and distance themselves, but that's not always the right answer. Sometimes you gotta like force that shit through their heads, especially if you love them and you know they're not listening to you about something that's going to harm them or is harming them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes that just means I had to get some thicker skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, next time somebody tells you like you're trying to control them, or you think you're all that because you're trying to tell them what to do, but you know you need to tell them that. I'm saying, once I started reading shit like this, I don't let that shit affect me. I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm self-centered, and I don't give a fuck who the fuck. I don't hide that. Maybe I did as a youngin'. I'm saying, I'll be real about that. But nowadays, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? And I wouldn't say demand. No, I wouldn't say demand. I expect to have my way in many circumstances. Yes, because I believe I know what I'm talking about most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But that's all.
So if you did your math and you realize you're a life path number 1, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just get it popping, shall we? Now you already know how I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what life path number 1 people look like and act like in reality. And now as I'm saying these, what the fuck? And now as I'm saying these people, I want y'all to like envision and look at how ambitious, look at the leader type qualities they have, look at the innovative qualities they have, look at how like they kind of like go about life on the beat of their own drum kind of thing. So first I got Eminem. I got Martin Luther King Jr.
Come on.
I got Shakira.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
LeBron James.
The King.
Steve Jobs.
Okay. The
Walt
tech
Disney.
King. The animation.
Maya Angelou. Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal.
My nigga.
Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Lionel Messi. And Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, okay.
So now, boom, life path number 1. When I first think about life path number 1, the first thing that should come to your mind, the first thing that is like described as life path number 1 is leadership. Now, look at the way number 1 is shaped. I want y'all to look at all the numbers as like symbols and symbolisms, and that the way that it's shaped, the way the lines are curved, the way the lines are marked, are all there to represent the energy of the number. So number 1 is just a straight line. It stands alone. It's like the initiator, it's the innovator, it's the first number, it's the first spark of energy. It stands alone. It looks just like that. It looks just like a straight up somebody that's standing alone, standing up straight, a leader type quality. So number 1 is all about leadership. Every number is a rule of the sun, and in astrology, if y'all remember, the sun is all about leadership. Every number is ruled by a planet, and number 1 is ruled by the sun. And in astrology, if y'all remember, the sun is ruled by Leo. So basically, having a life path number 1, your life path, like what you should strive, what you should try to align yourself to do in life is to be a leader. And what you're here to do is to basically shine. You're here to like lead, and you're here to shine for people to like really like look up to you. You're here to shine, basically.
I like that.
Same where the sun is in the middle of our solar system and it shines and it gives energy to all the planets around it. Life path number 1 being ruled by the sun. You are here to shine. Now, if you feel like you're not a person that's here to shine,
I don't.
If you feel like you're not a leader,
nope,
that just means that you're not at the right, like, you're not in the right, you're not far ahead in your journey yet in your life, because life is going to give you obstacles. Life is going to give you like tests. Life is going to like basically.
Well, that's the end of that one. Yo, I fuck with the way he be explaining it too. Yo, and then there's one more, this little research I've been doing. I'm gonna show you that one too. But let's keep going.
You have to be innovative. I already know you have a lot of ideas, especially when it comes to like business or like making money or anything. Like, you have a lot of ideas in your head. Like, I'm here to tell you, and you're here to understand that your purpose is to carry out those ideas. Your purpose is to be independent, to be individualistic. Your purpose is to be a leader. That's what your energy, that's what your vibration for your life is. Like, you're supposed to put yourself in positions to be a leader. Now, what does that mean? Basically, you should be like an entrepreneur type person. Also, life path number 1 being a leader, that means people look up to you. So you automatically have a healing quality about yourself. You probably find out like when you're around people always automatically look up to you or ask you for questions, how to do this, or just look up to you automatically. Like, they automatically just look up to you as a leader. You're probably like, damn, everybody's always asking me for something. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just trying to be by myself. I'm just trying to chill. People always asking me for something, always asking me for help. That's because
Crypto.com Visa card. A metal card. Powered by...
Nah, no bullshit though. Like, a lot of people look up to me. They just don't be admitting it, you know what I'm saying? And the people who do admit it, those are the people who I keep close. Because, you know, when people look up to me and have problems admitting it, I had to learn to start viewing it like, it's not that anything against me. It's an internal problem. Like, if I can clearly see that they're looking up to me and following my footsteps and they can't see that, then, you know, they're having an internal issue. And at that point, I just don't have any time for it. They could fix that on their own time, you know what I'm saying? When they're ready to be real with themselves, I'll be here. You know what I'm saying? God willing.
talking about people are gonna come to you. You have a tremendous healing power. Like I can feel like I already know that y'all like humanitarians in a way too, because y'all like automatically, because y'all so confident in yourself. People look up to you and you will heal them because you just love being the person to like help people. You love being a person to be looked up to. You like being a person to lead. Like you're here to lead people.
Yo, don't lie. Let me pause them real quick. I don't know what placement exactly in my natal chart, but I know. Excuse your head out. I know my sun in Aquarius, like a lot of fixed signs, like I would say most of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Build their ego off of helping people. So it's like, that's to say, like, I could have everything in the world, but if I'm not helping somebody, I don't feel like it's worth anything. Like, you know, you ever see like them famous people who get rich and then they regret it all and they want it back and they don't want to, because it's like they don't find any purpose in it anymore. It's like, what the fuck is the point? That's why like, I don't care if I'm on top of the world, I have to be helping somebody. And it don't matter who it is. It could be a random person. It could be somebody I just went out in public and seen. If I'm helping somebody, I feel better about myself. You see what I'm saying? That's why I like to do music with people. I don't like to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like J. Cole, I can go platinum by myself. Really. You know what I'm saying? If you see the reviews on my music page, that'll solidify what I just said. You see what I'm saying? But I like to have fun. You do everything by yourself, sometimes shit just get boring and it turns into a job. You see what I'm saying?
You are very confident in yourself and you are carrying out the leadership roles. A tendency can be that, first of all, y'all could have like an anger problem. Now, I know it's number one is ruled by the sun, but when I'm around number one people, I kind of feel like the Mars energy, because y'all could be mad competitive. Like when I'm around number one people, and I'm an Aries myself, so I'm already automatically very competitive. So I could spark the competitiveness in them, and it's fun. So like y'all could be very competitive too.
That's like me and my girl.
At the same time, the sun having
no bullshit. Look, one thing about me, I love competition, but I love competition that people can take as competition. Like, I don't like competition with anybody who's a bad sport. And when I say a bad sport, it don't matter who it is. It could be friend, family, whoever. Like, when I say bad sport, I mean like, oh, when you lose, you don't know how to give props, or you can't watch somebody else shine, or you can't let somebody else do their own thing. Like, you see what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, no, I only like competition where it's like, we know it's a competition, we're gonna push each other and we're not gonna go overboard about the shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my girl, we got that. It's like a cycle of fucking motivating. Like, I'm a self-starter, so I'll motivate myself. She sees something I do, she get motivated. She does something, I see what she does, I get motivated. It's just like a cycle. You see what I'm saying? I like shit like that.
Sun having all that energy, you have a lot of energy inside of yourself. Like, you have a lot of energy built up.
Thanks.
You have to find a way to express that. But what can happen is y'all could get mad quick fast. And when y'all get mad, it's like y'all get mad as hell, and it just gets over quick fast. Like, you have like quick temper tantrums, quick temper spurts.
Thanks.
Just have a lot of energy built up. So you have to watch how when you're expressing your anger, watch how you express it. That you're not expressing it too much, like you're not expressing it to the point where it's like this person is like a dictator, this person is very bossy, this person doesn't care about people, this person is very selfish. You're the entrepreneur, you make your original ideas, you start things, you initiate things. So just be careful that your ego, you don't have like an ego problem, just careful that your ego is in check. Be humble. Like being humble is the blessing. If you're the shit, if you're the best and you're humble, that is like the perfect balance. If you're the best and you're cocky, there's something unbalanced about that. That means that you're just not really in touch with yourself and you're not in touch with your purpose, because your purpose automatically takes the ego away because you know that you're here for something bigger than yourself. So if you're the best at something and you're humble, that's the perfect balance, and that's when you receive what you give out. You give out the humble energy, at the same time you give out inspiration, at the same time you give out people look up to you and people could see like this person is really living, like this person is who I want to be kind of thing. And you're humble. It allows you to be a more effective leader. Like, allows you to lead people without them feeling like they're being led by somebody, because you're not dictating them. You're not being egotistical. You're not being a macho man. You're being like a very genuine healer and a leader. Number one is a leader type person. Even if you're a female.
So my thing on that, I definitely agree. For me specifically, I had to learn my triggers, right? So when I figured out my triggers, I realized that it was linked to my Venus and Aries. Like, Venus and Aries, first of all, is detrimental because Venus is ruled by Libra, and the opposite of Libra is Aries. So basically, that placement I have is in the opposite area. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's to say, like, I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate when it comes to people I love and people I care about. So when those same people don't show me any type of whatever I think I deserve, it can trigger me. It'll be like, that's why sometimes people may have seen me, like you'll see me on Snapchat or Instagram or some shit talking about how people knew me for so long, but they didn't start supporting until this and that. That's because I'm really talking about people I love. Like, it pisses me off because my Venus is in Aries. If I love somebody, it's like I get very passionate. But the trick to that was, okay, the solution is anybody who comes around you and tries to make you second guess yourself or make you like question who you are, anything like that, or doesn't treat you the way you think you should be treated, just don't give them the time of your day. That's the way I see it now. Like, don't get mad. Don't spaz out. Because as soon as you do that on them, especially since I'm so powerful now, like, they're going to take my words so heavily. Like, it's going to hit them hard. So then they're just going to view me as this big, bad villain guy that's screaming at them or yelling at them. So it's like, okay, you know what? I just don't have time for anybody who just acts like they don't see the obvious. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
It's going to do that. Life's going to give you lessons. Like, your life path is like the lessons that you have to learn in this lifetime. And when you learn it and you carry out your life path lessons, the universe is going to bless you. Think about nature. We are nature. We are living creatures. If we carry out our purpose, the universe is going to bless us. Point blank, period. Like, that's just how it is. Like I said, they're not going to teach you these things in school. They're going to teach you how to be like an employee, like even all that mentality of listening to somebody. If you actually listen to what they taught us in school, you're going to feel in your heart like, this is not what I'm here to do. Like, I'm here to make my own thing. I'm here to lead. I'm not here to follow. You do not want to follow nobody. You hate following people. That's why I say y'all don't like to listen to people sometimes, because y'all just...
Hold on, pause. Yo, you know what's funny? The only reason I refer to my mom, because it doesn't get any closer to me than my mom, my girl, and my children. So those really, like, if I use them as examples because it's like those are as close to me as it gets. So you can see how I operate with the people close, then you'll see, like, you know what I'm saying? I was smoking. We were in the parking lot. I was smoking, and she was smoking a cigarette, and we were talking, and she was like, you know, it's crazy. I remember back when you were a kid, you always used to like say and think you didn't need school. And she said, it's crazy because at this point I actually think you didn't. Like, you didn't need it. And then at that point, I was trying to tell her, like, Mom, you want to know something? Like, how could I have possibly knew, though? Right? I was trying to, what I was setting that up for was a conversation with me and her between faith and fear. You know what I'm saying? Those are opposites to each other, faith and fear. And
For guys, it's easier to spot it because automatically they're just going to come off as alpha males. They're going to come off as dominant and just confident. And yes, it's the confidence that you will notice in a person strongly associated with the number 1 vibration.
yeah.
Even if they themselves don't feel confident, they're going to express this natural air of confidence because the number 1 vibration is the beginning. So this energy is very kingly.
okay.
So the women will have a queenly presence about them, and the men a very kingly presence about them.
Now, let me speak on that. Like, yo, you know, I can say always, but for a few years, I've been saying, like, I could just tell I wasn't supposed to live a normal life because even when I go out in public, the way I walk and the way I carry myself, I don't do it on purpose. It's just how I walk. People still pay attention to me. Like, I could be dressed bummy as fuck. Ask my girl. Like, my girl always sees it, but last time my mom, I had to show her what I was talking about, right? So, you know, she thought maybe, you know, it could be my hair. So I said, okay, if you think it's my hair, watch this. I put my motorcycle helmet on, right? And I went to Target with my mom, and I said, Mom, they can't see my face now. They can't see my hair. They can't. So pay attention to the way everybody stares at me when I'm walking in, right? Mind you, I'm dressed bummy as fuck. She came in behind me. There was a big ass line in the beginning of Target at the registers, luckily. So I was like, yep, perfect opportunity. I'm going to walk right past this whole line. So I walked past and everybody's just breaking their neck. Now I turn around and look at my mom to see if she's seen it. She just started laughing and smiling. I'm like, see? Try to tell you, Mom. Like, it's like, even if I wanted to be normal, a normal person, like, my whole, like, it just, you can tell my energy wasn't meant for that. You see what I'm saying? Because people could just pick up on it. I try to blend in, dress bummy, all type of shit. And people just still, when they see me, it's like they see something unordinary, so they pay attention. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going.
So the women will have a queenly presence about them, and the men a very kingly presence about them. It's almost like basically the vibe that they'll give off is a vibe that makes you feel like you don't want to mess with this person. Even if they're kind, gentle, and sweet, it's like something about their energy will give you the feeling like you don't want to cross them, like, because you won't win. And even if you will win, just the energy alone that they give off, that natural dominance, that natural kingly, queenly type vibe will give you that feeling that no, you don't want to mess with them.
Pressure.
And solely focusing on the number 1 vibration.
You know what I'm saying? I be putting pressure on people. I'm saying, I'm not gonna lie. And that's why I fuck with my girl so much, because she takes the pressure and takes it in stride. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she feels pressure from being around me, but what do they say? Pressure makes diamonds, right? Okay, that's why she's shining.
Just look like they're important. Like, whatever it is that these people wear, they just look confident in it. I feel like these are the people that make clothes look good. Clothes don't make them look good. They make clothes look good because whatever it is that they put on, that kingly or queenly essence is going to manifest itself through the clothing. It's when you're in their presence, you'll feel safe. Like, say if this is your mom, your dad, or your brother, you're gonna feel safe. Something about their presence just feels like excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. Something about their presence just feels like they can dominate or conquer anyone or anything. The number one vibration, having that kingly or queenly essence about them, you're going to notice them whether you want to notice them or not.
Okay.
And no matter what it is that they are wearing, something about their presence is just going to be dominant. It's going to be just have an air of authority to them. So you can spot the number one vibration based on their strong level of confidence. Even when they are not confident, they're just gonna look confident. They're just gonna have that feeling of confidence. And when you're in their presence, you'll feel safe. Like, say if this is your mom, your dad, or your brother, you're gonna feel safe. Another way to spot the number one vibration is that this person might tend to talk about themselves a lot. And it is not that they are self-centered or egotistical or narcissistic. It's just that the number one vibration understands things by relating it to itself. It's
Facts. No bullshit though. And like the way I see it, I talk about, all right, I'm only going to talk about myself where I feel like I should do that. Like when I'm around people I love, I don't even talk about myself at all. At all. Like you could ask like I mean, if anything this year recently I started to, because I'm trying to get everybody adjusted to my Venus and Aries, but like, you know, really usually ask any of my homeboys, ask even in my rap group, you know what I'm saying? You ask them, when we were always around each other, I didn't even play my music. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you want me to be all the way real with you, my Venus and Aries, since Aries energy is very me, and like individual, that's the side of me like that talks about myself a lot. But only people who are really close to me even get to see that side. Like around most people, I'm Moon in Libra mode, peaceful, calm, charming, making everybody feel comfortable, and everybody will vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I think I got more of a reputation as a Moon in Libra than a Venus in Aries. I'm not known to lash out too much, but I have been known to lash out. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, I only, like my girl, she can see my Venus and Aries side. I'll talk about me around her. You know what I'm saying? My music, my microphone, that's where I express it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't really feel the need to. You see what I'm saying?
by them always focusing or seeming to redirect a conversation or whatever to make it seem like it's all about them. That's not the case. That's how they function. Or with their presence, that kingly, queenly essence, and their minimalistic type of dressing. Again, not minimalistic like the number 7, who will only get or buy things that make sense. It's just that the number 1 likes to keep it pretty simple.
Facts.
Simple, but whatever it is that they wear, they look good. They stand out.
And that's funny because, like, I think, I can say everybody, but a lot of people, especially from the ghetto, go through phases where, like, they want to wear all the flyest shit and blah, blah, blah. Yo, listen, I be watching this old video of when I went to the, what mall was it? In Natick Mall, I think. I was like 17, 18, 19. I was flipping, you know, in the streets. That's how I was getting my bread, you know what I'm saying? And I really went and bought a fucking Ferragamo belt for $500 out the store now. Looking at it from this perspective, 25 years old now, I would do no such thing. Not to talk down to anybody who's gonna do it, because we all got our phases, but there's just so much shit that you could do with $500 before putting it on your belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, the last time I bought it, I ain't even gonna say too much, but like, let's just say I'm doing better now than I was back then in terms of finances, and I haven't bought, that was the last time I bought a belt like that. No bullshit. Now I just like to look nice and neat because I feel like it should never be on you, it should be in you. It's not about what you got on you. You take all that designer off, now what you left with? Is you a goofy or is you still the shit? That's the point. That's why I dress how I dress, because I feel like whether I'm butt ass naked or not, I can still rap, I can still do music videos, I can still do all the things that I do with fly clothes without the fly clothes. So I don't really need it. You see what I'm saying? Yo, I really fuck with this dude too, no bullshit. I like the way he explained it.
In everything that we do in life, life itself is a series of blessings and lessons, right? And I've separated them here. So as the blessings of the number one, you've got independence, passion, energy, initiation. Initiation I want to talk about in just a minute. So energy, like I said, this is the start of the cycle. It's just like when you're moving a car, when you're moving a bike, when you take that first step, it takes the most energy at the beginning. And that's not to say that the number one is above or more powerful than any other number. It really isn't. They're all equal aside from the master vibrations. It's just that to get things moving, to get things started, usually takes a lot of force, a lot of power, a lot of energy. That first step, I'll give you a quick rundown. Sometimes the first step that you take is the most powerful one. And I remember breaking my little toe. I remember taking the first step out of the door. And, to take that first step to really get moving, I swung my foot forward and I crunched it right against the door frame. And obviously that first step is where you put a lot of energy because it's the one that starts it. When you see a strong man pulling, on a truck, that first initial push to get it moving is where you find the most energy expense. To keep it moving doesn't take so much energy. It takes more thought. It takes more strategy. But
that's facts. So I like how he put that, like, basically saying how much energy the life path number one has. Hold on, I'm outside real quick, smoking this shit. It's cold as fuck.
And very often when you go through the process of initiation, you walk a path that not many people understand because it's unique to you. And those are other tag words and lines for the number one, unique, and to self-reliance and confidence. When the life path one finally discovers who they are, what their mission is and what they're all about, they are virtually unstoppable. They have this ability to just go and forge ahead with things, to start things, to create things, to tap into this energy of what it is to bring a brand new beginning. And ultimately, when you initiate something, what do? You begin it. You start it. And that's what the number one is all about. It's about bringing that initiatory energy, that projectile force to drive forward with a goal in mind and say, that is what I want to achieve. That's a big part of the life path number one.
I don't think I need to do too much explaining on that part. Like, if you know me personally, then you already know that that's how I've always been. Like, ever since, like, anybody, you know what? I refer to my rap group. You ask anybody from my rap group, they'll tell you. I've always been like that. When we were around each other, I was the one that, get everybody together and like, yo, this is the plan. Yo, this is the plan type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no bullshit. I've always been like that.
Direct my personal power, and more importantly, what is the way for me to own myself and my life and my path, no matter who understands it or doesn't. The life path one is here to be unique, is here to be at the forefront, is here to stand for themselves, is here to stand alone. So some of the lessons going into this, to stand alone and to be self-reliant are two very different things. As a pioneer, when you are starting something, when you are doing something new, you have to tread ground that nobody has ever tread before. And in that way, you see yourself, you find yourself at the edge, at the fringe, at the forefront. And sometimes that can be a lonely place to be, but it's important that you go through that experience. The life path one comes with the experience of being a bit lonely at times in order for you to discover and utilize your personal power at its best, at its highest potential and highest peak. Following your own path,
Let's keep going.
Talking about this again, going more into depth with it, finding yourself on the fringe, forging a path that people may not necessarily understand, forging a path ahead that people might not necessarily even buy into at first, but it's important that you walk it nonetheless. Be careful what you start. Now, one of the things with the life path one is they tend to be really amazing at starting things, at getting things off the ground. And this is why they make such good leaders. This is why they make such good directors or managers or bosses or heads of companies, because they have the idea, they get it started, but they need the other numbers, the other people, the others or the other, in order to see that through. Seeing things through to completion is one of the things that the number one life path will tend to struggle with. And they struggle with it because their energy is spent in the idea, in the birth of something, of thinking, right, okay, I've got this idea, bam, I'm...
Yo, you know what's so fucking crazy about that? That's real shit. Now, I like to draw everything back to astrology. I don't know, like, because, I have all these different energies in my natal chart. I have my main sign, I'm an Aquarius, but I have Capricorn traits, I have Aries traits, and I have Libra traits. I know Aries and Capricorn energy can be obsessive. Like, when they find something they're good at, they can be very obsessive. Now, it's funny because, see how it says I love starting shit? Bro, look at how many rough drafts I have out, how many preview videos I put out that's not fully out, how many, it's crazy. Like, it got to the point where I'm glad I ran into this new studio engineer I did, that my boy Taz put me on to, because he's an opposite sign to me. I'm an Aquarius and he's a Taurus. He's not my exact opposite, but we're both fixed signs. I'm a fixed sign of air, which means I stand stabilized in the air ideas. Like, he stands stabilized in earth, Taurus. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad I met him because we bump heads so much, but we learn from each other. And he told me one time, he's like, yo, before you bring me any more songs to mix, finish the ones we already have. Mind you, we had I started 10 shits in his studio, then I only finished 3 of them. So at first I'm mad, but then I thought about it, I'm like, yo, that's what I needed. I need somebody to force me to finish what I already started. So, I think it's funny how it just said that, you know what I'm saying?
Thinking about how to use your creativity. Where best can I utilize and spend this energy that I have to be self-reliant? Okay, so we've got self-reliance here as a blessing, and we've got self-reliance here as a lesson. Number ones tend to really struggle in life if they're dependent on somebody else. Not because they don't have anything, or they don't have anything of their own, or they can't generate anything of their own, but the experience of being dependent on somebody else is really difficult for them to go through. And in that way, when they find this ability to say, right, okay, I can be completely independent, I don't need anyone, but I want people, I want to bring people in. That's when they're truly at their best, because they're balanced.
Yep.
And moving forward alone, pioneering. I talked about this, being on the edge, being on the fringe, being out there, doing things that nobody else has ever done before. Sometimes it is lonely, but
I go back and forth. I'll understand, okay, my whole thing is I like to help people. I want to help. I like helping people. But then you come around people who feel entitled or don't appreciate your help. And it's hard to 100% of the time stay positive. You see what I'm saying? Because we're all humans. We all make mistakes. I didn't say I was perfect. I just said I'm great. You know what I'm saying? And I have triggers. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's why I said in the previous part of this video, I said, anybody who comes around me and I feel like I have to stretch my voice in order for you to understand or see what's really going on, then that just means you don't need to be around me until you can face reality. You know what I'm saying?
And also, believe it or not, because of the amount of fiery energy that they have and the amount of spiritual energy they carry, all of them carry spiritual energy before anyone goes off on one, as I mentioned, healers. And they make really good, really powerful healers when they've done their own work. Once they've figured out what their personal life path one has been all about and training them for, they tend to be the most powerful healers. And the reason being is because they understand what is not theirs, and they are able to go in like a surgeon, all of this sort of stuff, ruled by the number one, and really go into something and pinpoint it and say, that's what needs to change, that's what needs to be worked on, that's what needs to be healed. And in doing so, they become really powerful and really enlightened healers. So I hope you found this interesting and exciting. I am loving what I'm reading.
And I'm not completely done with that. Like, I've got a lot of it out the way. But, you know, I need to meditate. But at the same time, I feel like I want to finish a few things before I start meditating, because I don't know, I've tried meditating before and like it felt like I was blocked a little bit, because like just certain things I was thinking of. You see what I'm saying? It was hard not to like, you know, but then I tried it again and it got better. It depends on like where you're at in your life. You see what I'm saying? And I felt like I wanted to basically do a little better and be a little better before I tried to meditate, because I already knew I was on my shit, because I was still a little hurt from things, you know, I already knew. So I'm like, yeah, there's certain things, like when I try to meditate, I'll think about something and it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like healing, anybody will tell you that. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. That's what people come to me for. They don't like to admit it, but that's really what people come to me for. Like, they come to me to heal them. Like, and it's because, like, I've always seen this expression from people, too. It's so crazy. When I tell them something that comes to me naturally, like, they'll tell me their life story, right? I had this, shout out to my boy Alexis. He was in the Can't Fuck With You music video, right? This is Nina's cousin. He's about 2 years younger than me, or a year younger than me. But we used to live together in Chicopee, all of us. And mind you, we was all adults. I had him break down his life story to me, because he was telling me he wasn't satisfied with his life about, you know, this and that. I don't want to make this too long. I had him break down his life, whatever. But I can do this for everybody. I just want y'all to see, like, what I'm talking about, though. Like, he literally broke down his life story for me, and then I was able to pinpoint where certain things happened and why certain things happened, because he said he didn't like. I mean, I heard he's doing good now, but I'm saying at that point in life, he didn't like how he was living and shit. And you know, I asked him. I said, "Yo, because he told me he dropped out," and I said, "What changed when you dropped out?" So I don't know. I mean, I know my brother moved out. Oh, your father was in your life? No. Okay. So when your brother moved out, you dropped out, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's to say your brother was the authority figure in that house. I said, "Yo," he said he asked an elder that lived with him. I ain't gonna place blame on anybody. He asked an elder to drop out, and they said yes. I said, "Yo, why you didn't ask your big brother if you could drop out?" He said, "What? He would have punched me in my face." I said, "See, there you go." Yo, he started crying. Ask Nina. He started crying. Like, I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's just a gift that I have, but shit like that is very easy and natural to me. I'm very good at seeing the issue, and I mean, like, I'm very good at seeing the issue in a certain light and finding a solution to problems. You see what I'm saying? I could tell people, like, yo, this is where this went wrong. That's where that went wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's the end of my life path video. If I got anything else I want to say before I'm going to upload this, I'll add it in. It's your boy, the infamous Razor, GTSTTG shit. Of all my supporters, real shit, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because you ain't even got to spend your time here watching these videos, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the more I cut the toxicity out of my life and the toxic people out of my life that's triggering me and causing me to act out, the better of a healer I can be and the better of a person I can be for my supporters, you feel me? So, like I said, shout out to y'all. GTS TTG shit. I'm out of here.